You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. We are wondering about a twist that could be coming up. We are wondering if Eddie Maine is going to blow up Nina and Sonny's wedding, because he is front and center in their lives right now. Meanwhile, Nina and Sonny are getting ready to walk down the aisle. And of course, we've been expecting things to blow up at their nuptials. And based on this partial amnesiac storyline, we have some very specific thoughts about how we think this might happen, and we're going to share them with you right now. But if you haven't already, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our General Hospital spoilers, casting news, promos, predictions, and lots more. So right now, former rock star Eddie Maine, a.k.a. Ned Quartermaine, is crashing at Sonny and Nina's place. He is itching to get up on the stage. He already tried it and failed at the Savoy because he is clearly still dizzy and having some fallout from his medical situation because he's got that traumatic brain injury. But I am quite certain that Eddie Maine is going to find a stage to get to. And you also should know that Sonny had made Eddie the offer to move in with him as a favor to Olivia and Brooklyn Quartermaine, because they are very worried that Ned's going to take off for Vegas or just take off somewhere and they're not going to be able to find him because he doesn't know who it is. And with Ned being under their roof, it also gives Nina Reeves a chance to kind of grill him to see if he's remembering anything, and for her to have a chance to manipulate him to hopefully keep from remembering, and she can do it under the guise of helping Ned. But really, this is all about her agenda anytime that we're going to see her talking to Ned, aka Eddie Maine. So with Nina and Sonny planning their wedding and the SEC secret still hidden, I am sticking with our prediction that we made a few weeks back that the truth is going to come out at their wedding. Realistically, that's the only place it should come out. If it just comes out in passing in the living room, that's not soapy fun. You need a gasp, a shocked crowd, people's jaw dropping, and the best place to do that is at the wedding. And you know that soap operas love to ruin weddings. So the big question is whether Eddie Maine will be at their nuptials. Maybe he will volunteer to be their wedding singer because he wants to perform so badly, and he will probably want to repay Sonny and Nina for letting him crash there while he's brain-addled to give him a break from the Quartermaines. So maybe he will volunteer to be their wedding singer. Maybe he will serenade Nina as she walks down the aisle to this love song that he's crooning for the happy couple. Sounds very nice. Seems like something Eddie Maine would like to do because he likes to perform. But wouldn't it be wild if Eddie got all of his Ned memories back right in the middle of either the wedding ceremony itself or the reception? I mean, it also depends on where they're going to get married and how that might trigger his memory. If they go to like the little church they use sometimes for weddings and funerals, that might not be that big a deal. But since Nina is half owner of the MetroCourt, maybe they will have the wedding at the MetroCourt. And given that that is where Ned overheard Nina talking to her lawyer, Martin Gray, and then he ran and cracked his head, that could be very triggering, and it could cause his memories to come back of what happened right before he fell and wound up with that traumatic brain injury. I mean, come on, let's face it. It is inevitable that Ned is going to get back his memories. They are not going to leave him permanently addled. Even when they gave Steve Burton that traumatic brain injury as a very young Jason Morgan, a.k.a. Jason Quartermaine, he wasn't completely bereft. He had gaps in memories. He had those emotional processing issues, and he kind of worked through some of it over the years. But he's probably the only person that has had some kind of like brain injury like that they have sort of left without a lot of his memories long term. I don't think they're going to go that way with Ned/Eddie. So For me, the real question on General Hospital is about the timing, all right? So for those fans who really want Nina to pay, and that's probably about half of them, we've got a Team Nina school and we have a Team Carly school among the fandom. But for those fans who want Nina to pay, they want it to come out right now. They want this resolution right now, but it's going to be a lot more satisfying for those people that want to see Nina get her comeuppance if they're patient and they get to see real fireworks and they get to see her wedding day ruined, right? Imagine the insanity if Sonny finds out mid-ceremony from their wedding singer Eddie that his bride-to-be turned his ex-wife and mother of his kids over to the feds. That would be absolutely insane. The bottom line is there's no coming back from that for Nina. And she is in a tough spot with Ned, Eddie, Ned, however you want to call him, under their roof. But they say, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. So maybe she thinks it's better to have him there so she can keep an eye on him. And if she thinks the truth is going to come out, maybe she thinks she can still get ahead of it and tell Sonny. All right, we're going to talk about 3 ways that we think this is going to play out. But if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our General Hospital spoilers, news, and updates. So number 1, it could go this way. Ned could be singing Nina down the aisle as Eddie Maine, and when they get to if anyone has a reason to object to this marriage, maybe, bam, his memories come back, and Ned's like, I object. She turned Carly over to the SEC. That would be fun. All right. Another way it could go is that Ned's memory could come back during the reception after the I do's, but in time to ruin any future this marriage might have. Like how they wrecked Portia and Curtis's marriage right away, how they wrecked Carly's marriage to Jason right away when Sonny came back. They wrecked both. They let them get to the I do's and then wrecked them. So just because we think it's going to happen at the wedding doesn't mean it'll happen before they say I do. It would actually be so much worse if it was after the I do, after Sonny kisses her, after he makes her his wife, and then 30 seconds later he's like, oh, this is bad. So the other way that this could possibly go is that Ned gets his memories back. He confronts Nina in private during the reception or like before the wedding when she's getting dressed, and then she freaks out and does something drastic to him to try and keep him from telling Sonny. That would also be very soapy. Share in the comments for us how you would like to see this play out and how you think Ned's going to get his memories back. Will it be at the wedding? Is Eddie Maine going to blow the roof off that Nina-Sonny wedding? What do you think?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.